At the conclusion of the two-day finance ministers' meeting in Rio de Janeiro, the final document was divided into two parts. One dealing with progressive taxation and transparency to promote inclusive growth, and the other supporting Brazil's main G20 goals: the fight against poverty, the transition to sustainable development, and the reform of global governance institutions. Brazil's finance minister, Fernando Haddad, delivered a closing statement saying that reaching consensus was a victory for the world.
The G20 statement highlights the fight against hunger, poverty, and inequalities, and includes several explicit mentions of taxing the super-rich on the international economic agenda. Brazil aims to expand climate change financing, strengthen multilateral development banks, support indebted countries, and promote global governance reforms, as stated in the G20 communiqué signed by finance ministers and central bank presidents.
Brazil's primary focus for the G20 is to address hunger and poverty. According to a study by the NGO Oxfam published on Thursday, 1% of the world's richest people have seen their wealth grow by $42 trillion in a decade, but their taxation is historically low. On the sidelines of the meeting, the president of the Inter-American Development Bank announced new funding in collaboration with the African Development Bank and Brazil's G20 presidency.
We are joining efforts to help eradicate extreme poverty. And to do that, you need financing, and we have announced that we will help the alliance with a mechanism on a new innovative instrument that was approved by the IMF.
In addition to the finance ministers' meeting, Brazil formalized the Global Alliance Against Hunger and Poverty, which promotes the share of knowledge and resources. Over 100 countries are expected to join the alliance at the G20 Leaders Summit in November in Rio. Although the G20 finance ministers stopped short of a formal agreement on Brazil's proposal to fight hunger by taxing billionaires, Finance Minister Haddad said getting language supporting the idea into the final consensus documents was a moral victory. Lucrecia, Franco, CGTN, Rio de Janeiro.